Hey everyone, it's Brennan from BC Labs. Welcome back. Today I'm doing a quick video on the Lenovo Legion Go just to give my first impressions with the device. Overall, I feel like it's packaged pretty well. Probably on par or slightly better than my Steam Deck came a year or so ago. So far I'm impressed. There is a actual pocket here, a little insert for your adapter that allows your controller to become a mouse. But we'll get into that later. Of course, it's obvious from the spec sheet, but the screen is a lot bigger than I was expecting. It is better than I'm used to on my other handheld. I'm going to save more comparisons for a later video. I will say it feels very sturdy in my hands so far, and the display is bigger than I expected. The kickstand is actually kind of a pain to get out, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty nice. And I will say it feels more sturdy than probably about on par with my Surface hinge that I've had in the past. While it's charging, I'm going to just go over and show off this case. It actually does have a pass-through charge port section, so you can charge it while it's in its case. Not sure about thermals, whether that'll get too hot or not, but it's a very nice inclusion, especially because a lot of Steam Deck owners were requesting something like this. As for connectivity, of course, you have an aux port, which is a nice inclusion. There is a fan that comes out the top and has some ports on the back. Then you have the micro SD slot, which is nice. And then you have a USB-C on top, as well as a USB-C on bottom, which is really nice. That means that you are able to dock it and still have an extra port for charging. I've been playing around with the buttons a little bit and kind of getting a feel for it. Overall, everything feels pretty comfortable. I wish the D-pad was a little bit better. I like the rocker style. These back buttons on the right are a little strange, but I get that they had to forgo that for the mouse functionality. So, booted up Doom Eternal just to kind of show off how it performed, and I was quite surprised, very pleasantly surprised. You're pushing a lot of pixels for this display, and it looks great. I didn't adjust any of the settings because there are some profiles and such that you can enable. I did have some quibbles trying to get the controller to actually kick in and work. I think that was just a need of a firmware update for the controller, which you do through Legion something. I don't remember what it's called. Legion Space, maybe? Anyway, overall, great experience, and I really enjoyed playing a few rounds with it. There is some points of improvement that can be done dealing with the software, though, because I did have an issue where every subsequent launch of Doom Eternal booted in a small window. And only after fiddling with the settings did I ever get it to go back to normal. There was also some other weird oddities with how Legion software would swap over, especially if you were trying to use Steam Big Picture mode. So I think software is where this thing does need some polish. But in terms of hardware, it seems pretty great. Now, one of the cool features of this device is the fact that you can separate the controllers. That's something that none of the other handhelds that are really available besides the Switch, none of the PC handhelds offer this same functionality. And I think it's something that sets Lenovo's offering apart, and it's pretty cool. But even more interesting is it allows this. Being able to switch your right controller into FPS mode and set it in that little dish adapter and use it as a mouse. And it works quite well. It's not perfect, and I think that there is some points of improvement. There's probably some getting used to, like if you're using an ergonomic mouse, but in general, it behaves exactly like you'd expect. I was pleasantly surprised, and I slowly got better with it after spending, 20 minutes tinkering with it. Anyway, I think that's all that I have. I'm planning on a couple more comprehensive videos on some of the features of this device and a comparison video putting it head to head with my Steam Deck. But I just wanted to give my first impressions, and so far I'm pretty impressed. I think it's a great piece of hardware that needs a little bit of work in the software department. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time.